Okay, here we are with New York Post columnist and host of Piers Morgan Uncensored on YouTube, Piers Morgan. Provost of King's College, Cambridge, and columnist for the Financial Times, Gillian Tett. And he's the iconic actor who's the subject of the new documentary, You Can Call Me Bill, out in theaters now. William Shatner is over here again. Back by popular demand. These are all going to be for William Shatner. I don't know what we're all doing here.
We can't compete with space.
No, you can. What are your feelings, Bill, about AI? Oh, good question. Are you optimistic about how it will change our lives?
It's all artificial. It's going to change. It's changed everything. It's changing everything. It has changed.
Already, yeah.
It will change. And will it come alive and destroy us? Hopefully.
Okay, Gillian, what are your thoughts on Harvard and other elite institutions reinstituting the SAT as an admissions requirement? Oh, this is right up your alley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Provost.
I think it's a great idea because actually all the evidence shows that you get a much fairer system with SATs compared to the alternative.
It was crazy to get rid of them to begin with, was it not?
Absolutely.
Why did they?
Because they were trying to use other ways to get more diversity.
I've got two grandchildren that are trying to get into college. It's ridiculous.
No,
it's ridiculous.
The whole system of college administration is ridiculous.
The short answer is after 2020 and the George Floyd murder, America never reacts, it only overreacts. And that was one of the overreactions, was, as you said, in the name of diversity, let's get rid of testing. If blacks don't do as well as whites on this, we get rid of and it's not helping anybody.
Well, it just promotes a mediocrity rather than saluting and embracing excellence. And the moment
that's
you
a
do
really
that,
good point.
Then you think, as a country, if you go down that road, that way ruin lies. You know, the countries that you're competing with do not do that. You think in China they do this? Of course they don't.
But let's get real. The other issue, the huge issue, perhaps the worst issue of all, is legacy. And that's what really skews the system. And so it's an overreaction against legacy. And
you're talking about legacy admissions?
Yes, legacy
Of course,
admissions.
that should go too.
Absolutely.
I think they're starting to do that finally, yes. If you're some rich asshole whose father bought and your father's name is on a building, I mean, you got into that school, and probably a lot less than that got you into schools. Legacy, I think for a long time, they didn't even try to hide it. I mean, that was, and of course, that's just as wrong. Okay. Bill, do you think the government is hiding evidence of alien life? They seem to think of you as somebody who's an expert on space.
That's because I am.
I know, but, you know.
Why would they? How could they hide? They can't hide a budget aberration. Why would they hide this little yellow guy comes out of a ship? You know, put him away. It's ridiculous.
Well, they're not yellow, they're green. You should know.
I'm not wearing glasses.
Okay,
you are.
You should know because you kissed one of those too. I gotta say.
They do taste differently.
You gotta. Yeah, you got a lot of tail on that show, I gotta say. Well, I disagree with you. I think I'm not saying there's aliens among us. I'm not saying there's not. I think,
what are you saying?
I'm saying I don't know, and you don't either.
I do know.
You don't know.
Well, it's impossible. They can't hide the.
There's nothing unscientific about it.
Don't you think an alien invasion would be the only thing that could actually unite Democrats and Republicans?
No.
They can come together and fight.
In fact, I did a whole piece about that. It's in the book. I did. And the point of it was, like, in the past, always I would have said that. And now, absolutely not.
Are we sure Marjorie Taylor Greene is not an alien?
The first thing, if Martians landed, the first thing the Republicans would say would be, Biden. This never happened under Trump. Really, I don't even think that could unite us. Okay, so how will persistent inflation affect Biden's prospects this fall? Badly.
Duh.
Does it counteract all the other positive economic news? Well, you know, every time I point out the positive economic news, somebody yells at me in some sort of,
But wait
somebody
a minute,
writes something
wait a
like,
minute.
oh, sure, it's fine for you, Bill Maher, with your private jets.
Yeah, but what is inflation? I mean, how high does inflation have to be before it's inflation?
It's when eggs cost more.
It's what?
It's when eggs cost more. That's
When
what,
do you
that's what
love
people are
buy
upset
eggs?
about.
I know, but salaries are going up too.
Yes, they are.
It's a peculiar situation. There isn't.
Well-
It isn't that bad, and they're just making it sound bad.
Don't say that, they'll yell at you. I'm telling you, you don't want to say that.
No, no,
What you mean to say is...
They only yell at you when you define who they is.
No, what you really want to say is like everybody should be a millionaire and everybody should. No, I agree. I mean, it's, look, I've been rich and I've been poor. Being rich is better. All right. Should Democrats demand that Justice Sonia Sotomayor retire while Biden still has time to find a replacement? Well, I don't know if you can demand.
Definitely.
Also, he has to
Well-
live long
Yeah.
enough to do that. Right? Well, sorry,
But I
but
mean, you know-
we're going to play the age game.
Right.
Start with
Don't
him.
play the age game when I'm around.
Well, I hear you, Captain. I hear you.
We got to
But
go
you
on the
gotta
road
have-
together. I'm
We've
telling
had a
you.
lot of leaders recently who haven't left in time, whether it's RBG, whether it's a Queen, and they've basically created problems that were terrible later on. I mean, you know,
The Queen?
why is
What are you on about?
well, the royal family was infantilized by the fact
The
she stayed
Queen
in
was
power.
basically the female William Shatner, where the older she got, the older... I will explain. The older she got, the more popular she became, and the wiser she grew.
And so,
Right?
question: if she had actually,
And the better she looked in a dress. No, no.
done earlier, do you not think that Prince Charles and the rest of the royal family would have had to grow up quicker? You
No,
compare
I
it
think
to
Charles
someone
is doing a great job. He just, unfortunately, he's been stricken with a serious illness. But actually, no, I don't. I actually believe in
What do you mean
experience.
doing a great job? What does he do? What's the job? But you said he's doing a great job. What, I don't know.
You think your leaders are any better?
No,
do
no,
you?
no. Well, first of all, they're not your leaders. You said I want to know what constitutes doing a great job.
I actually
when
think,
that's your job.
I think the biggest mistake your country ever made was getting rid of the monarchy. Because if you kept it, you could have had King Piers by now. Thank you. Thank you. He likes that idea.
Well,
I don't.
They provide a comfort blanket to the nation, which I think is underrated. And I think that the way that you see the political divide in this country, and there's no one above the political fray to just bring everyone together at the right moment, as the Queen did in the COVID
well,
pandemic.
Well, there's Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
I mean, they are precisely above everybody else.
Yes.
That's why there's another one in here about the royal family. I swear to God, and that was my point. It's like I will never say to somebody, "Your Highness." I had a royal person on the show, not from your country, and I refused to say it. Your Highness? Are you kidding? What could be more illiberal than that? When saying to another human being.
Well, actually, I did notice
I
you didn't give Gillian her full title, which is
Ah.
OBE, Order
Oh,
of the
forget
British
about that,
Empire,
yeah.
But that's not
awarded
the
by
sa-
the royal family.
But that's not the same thing. I don't call her Your Highness. I don't.
You can try.
Your Highness. Ugh. Will Biden agree to debate Trump? Should he? Let's turn to you first. Oh, wise one.
Yes.
Will Biden agree to debate Trump, and should he? That is a good question.
Yes.
He will. You think he will?
I just said yes. You can.
That is.
He did answer the question.
No, there are. Believe me, I'm old enough to know there are some bad things about aging, but one of the great things is you just get to be cranky. You just do. It's so wonderful, and then you just get that pass. Well, I think he will. I think it's going to be bad on Biden. if he goes into the debate. I mean, I've said it before, they're almost the same age, but for some reason, Trump just doesn't present as old and feeble, and he kind of looks the same.
Trump would destroy him in a live debate.
Destroy him?
He would destroy Biden in a live debate. I've got no... I mean, how many live press conferences has Joe Biden done? Right?
Well, that's
I mean,
true.
there's a reason they don't put him in front of a large gathering of the media for a
Right.
sustained period of time taking questions.
Right.
There's a reason.
Okay. Yeah, it's true.
Well, he doesn't have to answer in a debate, which he hasn't in the other debates. He just doesn't answer the question or the subject.
That's true.
Who, Biden or Trump?
Either one of them. I mean, that's the truth. They're not really debates, ever. I mean, we haven't really had debates. They're both on the stage. They ask a question. They say whatever they want. They talk over each other.
Or in his case, talk behind each other.
Right, Trump does that. But, and... We got to go on the road together.
Yes, I want to see that.
First stop, Antarctica.
Yes.
All right, thank you, everybody.